look, my friends. Alright. Just I need a little light in here. Sit on James Yong Kerby's throne right now, yeah. This is James Yong Kerby's fucking throne right here, and that's his fucking scepter. Yeah, he's feeling like a real king right now. Yeah, the king, his scepter, and his fucking throne. Oh, well. Jeez. Alright. What was I gonna talk about? I was gonna talk about something important, I guess. I don't know. I guess we can, talk about, I don't know, Salina some more. So, Salina, I moved to Salina, Kansas in 1993. And I was told, according to statistics at that time, Salina, Kansas was considered probably one of the most safest, almost, if not the safest places in America. I mean, it was a small town. Outsiders were looked with a lot of disdain, I guess. You know, they really, I guess, I don't know if that's true or not. But that's what I was told before we moved here. Salina, Kansas was probably one of the most safest places in America in 1993. I don't know. Probably more safer than Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to tell you the truth. If you've ever been downtown Pittsburgh. So, when we moved here, I didn't feel really all that unsafe compared to living in, being in near and around larger metropolitan cities, Like, imagine growing up in Kansas City versus Salina, Kansas, And then I moved when we moved here, I went to high school. I completed college at Kansas Wesleyan University. And then eventually I ended up here at Jensen Apartments. And I lived here for 20 years, So. And in that time, I always thought Salina was relatively still safe, Thought it was a safe place compared to a place like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Some big crazy city. Like, security measures in this town have always been high. It's almost like a police state, really controlled by the police. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, President Donald Trump would ever use Salina as, like, an experiment in, like, surveillance security, kind of like how China does its thing, but, like, hone in on Salina exclusively, because Salina has always been a relatively safe city, according to past statistics. It used to grade anywhere from a B, around there, a B. Minor petty crimes, but ultimately it's not like Long Beach, California or something, or Oakland, California, or Portland, Oregon, or New York City. It's not like Miami, or it's Salina, Kansas. Vast majority of people aren't going to pick Salina, Kansas to come and live. So I always thought if you stay relatively within the rules and laws of this town, you're always going to be all right to some degree. You'll always be safe. So I always thought like it would be a prime place to be like doing like the utmost, like taking it almost to an extreme of like surveillance security run by the federal government to see it as an experiment for the whole entire town. Like everybody on candid camera, President Donald Trump can push a button at any time and see everything he wants and observe anything and have people like agents sent wherever to investigate undercover. I mean, we're already used to that kind of culture here. And it was considered one of the safest cities. So I'm assuming that crime is not really that bad here compared to like, I don't know. What would be the worst place? New Orleans, Louisiana, you know. I heard there's a lot of crime there. But God, I can't imagine that being like your first experiment to see how things work. Like your pilot episode. Like first you do like Salina, Kansas. Here's the pilot. Does everyone think it's cool or not? A bunch of fucking like happy-go-lucky like people that like to stay in line, be straight-laced. We're making sure there's no crime in that town. You know, everybody's clear. God forbid everybody get busted, you know, for doing something illegal on a white collar level or some shit, but anywho. But ultimately, you know, we can go down to if the pilot runs good, like if he can do a small town like Salina, Kansas, I can't imagine what like fucking New Orleans, Louisiana would be like. The king of the world just pushing a button and having everybody watch live from Salina, Kansas. It's the real world, Salina, Kansas. Watch as we pick 7 strangers to live in a town, have their lives taped, and find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. The real world, Salina, Kansas. You know, just see what the hell's going on. I mean, I can't imagine Starlink just fucking like poof, like overnight. Nobody actually knowing what the hell's going on. Because one time I called OCCK, Transportation City Go. I've had so many fucking problems with them, all right? They're like terrible in terms of security measures. It's stupid at their bus stops. Sometimes the interactions between people is just not good. And I'm trying to avoid them. You know what I mean? So I asked them, I'm like, why don't you have surveillance cameras all over your frickin' bus stops? Because sometimes I don't like people like coming up to me intoxicated and spitting in my face, you know? Or I don't like being asked by someone if, you know, it, I just, I feel vulnerable already. All right. I can't do anything to really defend myself. So, and I thought, surely, I mean, wouldn't Donald Trump put like a couple $1,000s of high level, like, surveillance security all over Salina, Kansas, and at any moment he could push a button and advertise any section throughout the internet? Like, hey, check this shit out. What's going on here? So, just seeing how this technology could work, because I know that flock camera system, everybody's like getting pissed off in Kansas about it, but I'm like, hey, why don't we just like up the ante, like have Starlink fucking like right on Salina, like 24/7. Yeah. I don't know, would that be a deterrent around the United States of what he doesn't want in this country going on? Hell, I don't know. But anyways. I mean, you want to look at this guy's like purchases and where his money's going. Here, guys. Look at these. Like, you can do that. Just call up the NSA. They got it all on file. Ooh, what's this group chat coming from? This group. Everybody Starlink's on that area. This Starlink. God forbid you bust some like big, like complex organization, like for doing like really crooked shit, and totally having to take that whole town down because of it. Not knowing that it was a national security risk from the start. Or even an international security risk. I don't know. Given the fact that I'm always told that crime is a problem here, but I'd never thought so until now. When I saw some new statistics, and I was always thinking, Salina is probably one of the most safest places in America. This is why my family moved me here. I always thought under the guise that this was probably, yeah, definitely not a place where too many bad things happen. Not like, I don't know, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. I heard that's pretty a scary place. But if you want good, wholesome TV, where would you go first? The real world, Salina, Kansas. That's good, wholesome shit right there. Just to start off as a pilot. See if people can digest that. And then we get into the real nitty gritty later, like up the ante, real world, Atlanta, Georgia, Starlink's high powered edition. Y'all motherfuckers ain't going anywhere. We got Alexa and OnStar on your ass at all minutes. Everybody in America can watch from YouTube. Anyways, what would we do then? What would we do then with ourselves? I don't know. Maybe think of something cool. I got an idea. Anyways, let me show it to you. I think it's a good idea, personally. I think people, I don't know, silly me, but I've thought about this idea for a long time. Yeah, I've ruminated over it for years, so. But, given that Salina was once considered a very safe city in America, until I found this out. I don't know if it's legit. It's Google. Google lies a lot, right? Anyways, I hope I didn't piss off my landlord. You know, I'm sorry, dude. There's not much I can do right now. I'm retarded. I'm crippled and I ain't got transportation. And I know for a fact OCCK ain't coming around to help me. So they're going to have a problem, anyways, with me, I'm sure, at some point. Salina, Kansas does not hold a top national ranking as one of the safest cities in the U.S. Crime data aggregators like crimeaid.org give Salina an overall D rating, placing it near the 19th percentile nationally, meaning it experiences higher crime rates than roughly 81% of U.S. cities. Had no clue. That's just, basic petty crime. I don't know about white collar crime. I'm sure that it's all intertwined. We're a small town, so it all has to be intertwined somehow, right? Salina violent crime rate sits around 492 per 100,000 residents, which is higher than the national average of 359 per 100,000. Property crime is more common than violent offenses in the area, contributing heavily to its lower safety scores. Local consensus points to the southeast sections of the city as generally the quietest and safest, while areas on the north side experience higher frequency of reported incidences. I've lived here for 40 years. I've never been as scared as I am now. Let's just say that. I've never been in my life. And I'm falling apart. I'm falling apart as we speak. I know I don't taste good, right? I don't taste good. Everything's dirty about me. So, probably a lot of poison in me. I probably you need a professional fugu chef at this point. You don't know what parts are edible or not. So, Salina is the city and the county seat of Saline County, United States. At the 2020 census, the population was 46,889 in the early 1800s. The Kansa tribal land in Northern Territory reached eastward of the middle of what became the Kansas Territory. So I'm just assuming, that's not a big population. Plus, Salina is relative. I've known this place my whole life. Here, let's just look at images for those who don't know what Salina is like. It's really not that special of a town. It's just like a quaint, town that you'd probably hear about in a Stephen King novel. Just your everyday, run-of-the-mill town, American town. I mean, sure, it needs some upkeep. I'm not, you want to look your prettiest for the camera, so it's always a good idea. So yeah, totally compound it. Is that a word? Compound it with surveillance. Propound it. Per pound. Propounded. Is it propounded? Which means to put forward, suggest, or offer an idea. Propound this idea. Say, oh no, Starlink in about 24 hours is just going to have this whole fucking city locked down. Since we were one of the safest cities in America, so I thought we were. Let's see. Good, wholesome, clean fun in Salina. I can't imagine, America just being like gripped onto this and then going on to fucking Atlanta, Georgia after this. Salina, Kansas has generally been viewed as a safe, quiet metropolitan community rather than a nationally heralded one of absolute top safest places in the USA. While its violent crime rates typically track below the national average, its overall index of crime tends to hover near or slightly above average for Kansas. Hmm. So apparently we have a like more than normal here. I didn't know that. I always thought we were pretty safe. Like I used to be able to just go out at night and not worry shits or giggles about it. So yeah, Salina, lockdown. Starlink's lockdown. Just for the hell of it. See how it works. We'll experiment with it. Do it like China's, like, I don't know, credit system thing. What does China have, Big Brother? China's, China's security, surveillance, security and surveillance technology. So, is it like mass surveillance in China? Yeah. China uses advanced security and surveillance technology to monitor its population on a massive scale. Major government projects like Skynet, Juling, Bright Eyes connect hundreds of millions of cameras with artificial intelligence, big data, and facial recognition to track individuals and manage public safety. I mean, Salina is supposed to be safe, right? Like, we have all these things like the Salina Police Department, Central Kansas, like Addiction Center, CKF, Central Kansas Mental Health Center. The list just goes on. I mean, everything's high security here in terms of public assistance. We really take that seriously here. Like public safety, management of legality and laws and justice. So I can't imagine any officials in our town like engaged in any form of obvious corruption because, you know, I mean, we really take safety here seriously. Given the fact that, I don't know, the flock systems, like I said, the flock systems. Mm, some people disagree with them, but in my opinion, I want them at every fucking street light. All right? I do. I would love them at every fucking street light. I would. Every fucking street light. A flock system. Because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Because I came under the idea that I was in the safest town and that I knew the laws and I was following the laws like I was supposed to. But if Salina is not safe anymore, like I had originally thought, like in the past, I mean, sure, I've done stupid things as a kid, but I'm almost 50 years old and crippled, so. I don't know, as a Salina person living here for 40 years, I don't think having Starlink, Chinese style frickin' surveillance for the whole world to view. I mean, come on. American TV is the best. Everybody loves that stuff, especially reality shows from America. I mean, can you imagine us going viral in China or like Russia or Europe? Like, we'd be like the worldwide famous town. I mean, I can't imagine. And we're clean cut people. I mean, we don't like, you know, dirty shit. But anyways, yeah, word straight lace. If we can do it as a straight lace community, even though we got a D rating, I think it's a lie. I really do. It I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. I only go to like 3 places. And then I walk around town for exercise. I used to do that. I don't do it anymore. I'm crippled now. My legs are all retarded. See, like my legs are all retarded. So I used to think, yeah, my legs are all retarded. So I used to exercise like all the rich people used to do because I grew up like that. They do the long stride walks. The rich people do, like when you're living up on the, they like, they don't really like, some of them jog, some of them run, but the vast majority of rich people on this side of town where security is really high, like we have neighborhood watch anyway, so I grew up with that stuff, you know, gated community. Anyways, I was the poor boy, but I still lived there, so people used to destroy my junk cars. They used to like vandalize them all the time because it was the trash car in the fucking like gated community. Like the kids were driving like BMWs and Royce. They were driving nice cars. I was driving like off the lot $500, just barely making it. So they'd trash my car. They'd vandalize it. You know. I was the trash boy among the rich people, anyways. They still love my style. Uh, anyways, what do you do? What do you do? So apparently, Kansas, the Ogallala Aquifer is the primary underground water source in western Kansas, making it the largest selection of the state's broader higher plains aquifer system. It supplies roughly 70% of all water used daily in Kansas to support local cities and industries and intensive agriculture. The Ogallala Aquifer is a major underground freshwater reservoir spanning 174,000 square miles across 8 U.S. states, primarily supporting the High Plains agricultural region. It is vital for producing a large portion of the nation's crops and livestock, but intensive pumping has caused severe water level drops. Kansas sits above the High Plains Aquifer, which includes the Ogallala Aquifer, part of North America's largest underground freshwater source. However, the aquifer itself does not belong solely to Kansas. It stretches across 8 states from South Dakota to Texas, with the largest portion and deepest saturation located in Nebraska. This is about Kansas Springs from the KU Geological Survey. Right here. Here's Kansas. All this is water underneath us. So we have a lot of water underneath us in Kansas. So I live right there. So Wakanda meets Rock Spring area. So yeah, I live right here in this area. Right in the middle of the United States. And in Kansas, we're the heartbeat right there. Salina. So, yeah. I don't know. Is it good water or bad water? I'm assuming it's good water, right? It wouldn't be like Evian, though. Could we make it like Evian? Fiji, like one of those luxury fucking like, let's see, luxury water. brands. Okay, these are the luxury water brands, all right. I don't know, with good osmosis, cleaning, freshening it up, change it. I'm sure it's got a lot of minerals. What kind of minerals and vitamins are in the Ogallala Aquifer? Minerals and vitamins in Ogallala Aquifer. Ogallala Aquifer. Water. All right. So, the Ogallala Aquifer contains natural dissolved minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, but it does not contain vitamins. Vitamins are organic compounds, okay. But minerals, we'll look at the minerals. What else? What kind of minerals is in there? I don't know. Calcium, magnesium, and bicarbonate. Okay, calcium, magnesium. Areas that are deficient. Areas deficient in calcium, is it magnesium, magnesium, and bicarbonate. Bicarbonate in the world. Let's see. So, Northern and Western Europe. So, yeah, countries like Northern Sweden, Finland feature granite, I don't know, with low levels of calcium, typically feature soft surface water, acidic rainfall, or heavily weathered leach soil. These mineral deficient. So I guess places like countries like Norway, Finland feature granite volumes of snow, mountain rain, yielding that shallow soils. I don't know. Where are they deficient? I don't know. We gotta look at this. There's a fly that's bothering me. I fucking hate it. Scottish Highlands, regions with low and soft water. So, yeah. Seattle, Washington, Vancouver. Northeastern and southern granite-based soil that leach minerals out of the ground. Right. So there's areas in the world. How about Angola? I'm just curious. Angola in Africa. Water. Supply. Because I heard Angola is like terrible with their water supply. Severe water supply challenges with nearly half of its population lacking clean. Despite only major. All right. Well, I guess we can mark it there. The Scottish Highlands too. Western and UK. So this could be like our charity work. All right, Angola. Say Kansas saves Angola with water. That's like our charity Charity 501c3. Kansas, Salina, Kansas saves Angola with their water shortage with bottled. And then we'll really sell this shit to like Europe and probably Asia. I'm sure Asia. Let's see. Asia. Like, I can't imagine somewhere in Asia not having enough calcium or magnesium. In Asia, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, examples of soft water and much of the tap. So, yeah. Some of these minerals get leached out because of the rocks they have. So, let's see, the Ogallala Aquifer, luxury waters. Okay, luxury waters refers to high-end premium bottled water sourced from rare locations like icebergs, deep aquifers, or pristine springs. These waters feature unique mineral composition, distinct pH balances, and designer glass bottles with luxury brands costing anywhere from 20 to over $1,000 per liter. Oh my God, $1,000 per liter. Can we like really make Salina, Kansas water really, really good and sell it for $1,000 per liter? Popular luxury brands: Voss, Fiji, Svibaldi, Roy Federico. Yeah. Anyways, what will we call it? Salina. Ah, such a beautiful name, right? Salina water. I don't know. Salina. Doesn't it sound like a water name, Salina? Who knows? People will probably start calling it Selena. Whoa, that even sounds better, right? Oh, can you get me the luxury $1,000 like liter of Selena mineral water? Because everyone calls us Selena. They never say Salina. I mean, imagine if what other minerals could we pull from the Ogallala Aquifer, where places are deficient in this, and just bottle it up like luxury brand Selena mineral water. This town would probably be a lot richer than it is. So, bye.